Hello there, Lynx here, and welcome to Midnight on the Milky Way. Let's check this one out, shall we? Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. Actually, let's go like that. We slowly drove. He knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. We passed the school, where children strove at recess in the ring. We passed the fields of gazing grain. We passed the... Did it? Okay. Yes. What if I do this as well? It was... How embarrassing, I can't remember. Unfinished things are the worst. Well, actually, I don't like it like now, like this. Well, I'm sure I remember how it ends. Would you like me to tell you? Well, in the end, the soft chugging of train tracks wake me up. Jiminy report. Something important was being said to me. I can't seem to think of what it was. I have a suitcase in my lap, and a hat on my head, and I'm sitting in emptiness. And besides that, it's empty. It's like all of my thoughts have fallen out. This is a special sort of trouble. I must have been somebody once. I had to be. How did I end up this way? Where is this train going? I'm a person made of nothing. When chasing my thoughts, I only find emptiness too. There is one thing pulling me down to reality, and that is the gentle sound of train tracks. Hour 0, a drink with danger. Let's go. There is no use sitting and doing nothing. Without much thought, I decide to wander to whatever the next room is. From the inside, I can hear life. That's where I'll find answers, surely. And it looks to be a bar. It has the sound of clinking glasses and soft humming. There sits an imposing devil bent over his drink. Hey there, fuckface. His voice comes out low and gravely. He gives off the slight scent of smoke. I've discovered a new feeling. That feeling is intimidation. Shaking your boots, how quaint, but there is not much I can do to a fuckface like you, not anymore. Let's have a sit down, how about that? Can I say thank you? Oh, what is this? Again? Nothing is coming out. What is going on? My mouth is... My hand stood up to my face in panic. Nothing. It's not like the fear killing my voice. I simply have no mouth at all. It's gone. No nose, no eyes. Everywhere my hands are met emptiness. Now calm down there, chickadee. You're ruining my peace. If I could cry out, I would. I'd shout at the top of my lungs, but it's all gone. What happened to me? Where am I? And who? Enough out here! The man's deep voice rips me out of my panic. He returns to his drink. Now, you can sit there, fretting over your pretty face, twisting yourself to pieces. Or you could man up and have a drink. It's a perfect night for gin and conversation. Not that you'll be doing much conversating. I suppose he has a point. This annoys me greatly. I take a seat next to him in defeat. There we go. We're the only ones in the car. There isn't even a bartender. What luck. Instead of a bartender, it's the devil who slides me a glass of... and pours. But you can't drink it. Got this from behind the counter. It don't taste too bad, I'd say. The name's Huffy, by the way. Huffy the knife. Even if I could respond, I realize I haven't got anything to respond with. Because even my name is gone.
I look down to my drink. Looking back at me is a dark fog. That's me.
This train. Do you know how you got on it?
I weakly shake my head.
Maybe you're lucky for getting so easy. Not everyone gets that luxury. But by your stand-up looks, you seem like you got some good things to go back to. My stop is coming in due time. If you don't mind, I'd like to do some conversating. Sorry, I have to.
I don't have a glass, unfortunately, by my side now. Let's go, mate. The devil clearly takes a slow sip from his glass.
Now, I don't want to be too self-appreciative, but I'd say I can read people pretty alright. When I see a fog face like you, I see somebody who gets muddy too fast. That's no good. Especially where I'm from. Where I'm from, it's best not to think too hard about nothing.
But I'm bad at following my own rules, fuckface. Maybe that's why we're sharing a drink like this. If that's the case, I got lucky after all, is what he said. You must not remember how you got here, but I do. I was finishing up some work, the kind that's supposed to go down easy. Boss had given me the picture. The job was some guy who was your half but skinnier. I say, you got me a clipping a bookworm. I guess he was clever with money in some way, causing some upset with the fellas in high places. Nothing to worry about, of course, because by looking at him, I could tell I'd be getting drinks before dark. So I head out into town, thinking of how I'm gonna do this. The snow was clean and crisp, so it made me for good thinking. A guy that build don't have the muscle to fight, but he sure do got the brains. If I was him with all those smarts and all that money, I'd make sure my back was being watched. I'd get a few guys, I'd keep a cutter on me. It was gonna be a good fight, I felt. He wasn't so hard to find. He looked like a coal truck, running around in that new suit he must have bought with the ship-swept cash. If he didn't get so greedy for that suit, maybe we wouldn't have waltzed like we did. Oh, I was plenty alright with waltzing. I walked right into his trap. I so much like to do that, just to get myself giddy. I knew that he'd wait at the back of the alley, and there'd be maybe two guys behind me, and we'd have a real good waltz, just for the fun of it. It's a cliche, but I am a romantic. And the skinny fella who led me to this wonderful night, why? I don't give him a sloppy kiss on the lips for showing me such a good time. You wouldn't get it. You're a stand-up guy. It's better if you don't. But there was a day back then that I learned to find joy in what I do. I could hear the sweet sound of knives coming out of sheets behind me. That only got me even more excited. You can't help but think. Are they gonna swing or stop? Is the blade newly sharpened or has got the wearing on it? Are they calculating sword or are they full of fire? How long will this moment be? When you see the fight in the other man's eyes, you know it be something to savor. I push my blade right in the side of the first grunt. It goes in easy like it's hot through butter. He goes down just in time for the other fella to jump out, swinging some iron pipe. Wait, you said something. Why is it jumping? Is there a lock? I want to know what's written there. I don't know what's written there. Fuck. Crack. He sent flying into the frost. It got my blood going, but was nothing to bet. Just wasn't good enough, you see. There was no passion. And then I turned around. It was the skinny fella I was sent to chip off. I'm afraid the weakness of mine is that I'm not too keen with faces. I'm better at seeing people with how they carry themselves. And this Koldrak, well, I won't remember his face. But I'll sure as hell remember his quick step and the hot feeling in my chest when his knife pierced it through. When you see a man's eyes and you see the fight in them, you can tell if they're fighting for life or if they're fighting for something else. These were the eyes of the one who didn't care for his life. He was fighting because he liked it. I took my own knife, slick with blood, and gave him a good thrust to the side. As much spark as he had, it couldn't keep him standing, so I watched him gasp like a fish into the snow. I could have done anything. Maybe I'll be clean cut fella in another life, or maybe I'll go back into the dirty business. But as I think, no matter how many times I get reborn, I remember that heat I felt when that cold rock of a wrench stuck me a good one in the heart. Sounds strange, in a line of business where you shouldn't be thinking these things, but it felt like I was coming home. And one way or another, I was on this train.
I know it don't. I know it don't make much sense, but that's the way things happened.
I'm at a loss for words. The man I drink with is dangerous. The overwhelming urge to run takes me.
I don't exactly do good like you to get it. For you people, your life is all cut out for you. I didn't try to get into this business. More like the business got into me. Some folks, we don't get to start off so clean. That's alright, Fogface. I can read you plenty fine. You won't have to stick with me much longer.
Hoofy puts down his drink.
I think this is where I'll be leaving. No worries, I won't ask for another round. I'm not that soft. It's like business. Don't have much in the ways of close relations. I'll give you a present.
Carefully, Hoofy removes his mask and places it on the bar counter. But he turns too quick for me to see.
Since I'm here, maybe I'll turn over a new leaf. Think of that, Hoofy getting clean cut. If you're lucky, we won't meet again.
Hoofy walks away. I haven't touched my drink at all. I don't think I could drink it even if I still had a mouth. But it's strange. Even though I'm shaking. Even though he smelled like smoke, I think. No, it couldn't be. I got up from the bar. I need to find out where I am. And as much as I feel like I shouldn't, I take the mask that killer left behind. I don't have any regrets, he said, and he left me this. I walk out of the empty bar with hurried steps. The rooms I find are empty of life. The only sounds louder than my thoughts are rhythmic chugging of the train and my own panicked footsteps. The sensation in my chest grows stronger. Anybody, I just want to... That's it. Thank God. There is somebody here. I open the door and a figure appears before me. A young man with a knowing grin. I can't tell if I'm too comforted or suspicious.
Can you speak?
I don't know.
I'm cut off by my own surprise. Just before I couldn't make a peep, but now there is sound. Without even thinking, I put hand up to the mask and give a sharp whistle.
My ears are met with sound and my fingers feel warm breath. The mask Goofy gave me.
That's good. It would be trouble if you couldn't. Most passengers here have a lot to say. You look like you have a lot to say as well. I'll help you however I can.
Who are you? What happened to my memory? Who are you?
I'm a passenger, like the rest, but I've been riding longer than most. You can call me Shaheen, the fortune boy.
I'm about to offer my own name when my mind goes blank. I've forgotten that. Something so important. It's gone. Shaheen answers my station with an understanding smile.
Please, trust me when I say it gets better.
Who are you? Should we? No. What do you mean passengers?
Well, we're on a train, so naturally it will have passengers. I know what you mean. Everyone here has their own circumstances, dealing with things just as you are. Even that devil fellow, if you can believe that.
I remind of the killer's gruesome story. The strange feeling comes crawling back. I pushed away.
Please be kind to them, even if they are not so kind to you.
What about this train?
Uh-huh. I too wonder about this train. I can't tell you much. Have you looked outside yet? The view is unlike anything. Other than that, I wouldn't worry. Just keep your ticket close.
Ticket? What? What? I don't remember any ticket.
It's truly on a person. Takes some time to the case there.
A case. I've got a suitcase. For some reason I can't recall anything that's inside. My name, my suitcase, how I even got here. Shaheen's face goes unexpectedly solemn.
Take care of your ticket. You'll find many good souls on these trucks, but there are cruel ones as well.
I grip the suitcase even tighter. What happened to my memory?
Everyone is a bit forgetful in the beginning. It's only natural. Because the shock of the situation is too much for one person to process. Normally one would be gathering some flickers about it now.
He furrows his brow in deep thought. I can't help but feel awkward, waiting for the child to help me. He breaks the silence with a weary sigh.
I'm sorry. This is something for you to find. Please understand.
I can't hide my disappointment.
Talking to more people may help.
That's all. Somehow I feel like I learned nothing at all. He's young and polite, but he still irritates me. Then he's out like subject. Like that. Oh, sorry. Still, his sincerity is there. He must have his reasons.
You look unsatisfied. Understand I've been there, being locked away with no clear path. And the more you look, the more you realize you are completely, utterly lost. Do you think you will find what you're looking for?
I don't know. We'll find out.
You see, well, that is realistic. If you talk to some people, it might give you direction. I feel silly just saying that, as if I know what to do myself. Please excuse myself.
Shaheen's laughter comes out bitter.
For now, at least, rest easy. It can be very stressful, coming to terms with all of this. This unfamiliar place alone. But please don't worry, just enjoy yourself while you can.
And with that he makes a movement to leave. Will I see you again? At my fervent question, Shaheen lights up with laughter.
He sounded like a child there. Or some long-lost lover.
If I had a vase, it would be turning the brightest shade of crimson.
Well, dear lover, I'm afraid I've got my own affairs. Please understand, you're very entertaining. It's just some things must be done by yourself. But I'll visit you when I can, alright?
For some reason my chest hurts. Shaheen gives one more glance as offer his condolences and disappears into the next car. Somehow it hurts. I feel compelled to rush after him, begging for a little more time. But that's just embarrassing. Even as the chest pain grows, it would be too childish. The thought of drinking with that killer isn't so unattractive suddenly. Anybody, really. A flash from the car window captures my interest. I hadn't thought to look outside, but there I see it. What the hell is funk? But there I see it. Through the window, is a vast expanse of stars. The darkness goes deep and the lights fly past too fast to grasp. Space. This is what space looks like. And the stab in my chest, I know that too. It's loneliness. Hour 1. Bright pearly for my pearls. Oh my god. Bright pearls for my darling. For a time all I could do was take in the scene. The sinking feeling of being small, of being trapped, it was all too strange to absorb. I went numb with the shock. What, realistically, can I do? All the way out here, without a face or name in... that sounds so stupid, I exclaimed. So with my chest puffed out, I began to explore the cars as I came across them. Each car was filled with empty seats, of simple construction, the only real impressiveness coming from the large windows that revealed the stars outside. Slowing slightly, I thought I caught sight of small planets surrounded by golden rings. Occasionally, there would be something that I couldn't make sense of, like the sight of a seabird or a school of fish going by. It's too impossible. However, I've never been to space until just now, so maybe fish and birds and things of that sort are completely common occurrences. What a lovely sight. Yeah, it's like nothing else. But even as I stopped to stare in wonder, even as I kept my chin held high, it did not help the beating pain caught between my ribs. My disappointment led me to be taking a seat by one of the windows. Out of curiosity, I pressed my ear to the glass. A small tinkling sound, as if the stars themselves were clinking against each other. Maybe that's just their way of conversation. If I close my eyes and focus enough, maybe I can catch a few words. Maybe I can understand what they are saying. Maybe I'll learn something. Chee! We got a real bomb on our paths. Welcome aboard the Jimmy D-22, valued passenger. You've been kidnapping for a while. I'm your devoted attendant, Doppler. Doppler, Neckoman. It's a cat. A real and true talking cat. He's wearing some kind of clean cat uniform, not whisker out of place. Well, if it's a uniform, then it's certainly for this Jimmy 22 thing. What is it, passenger? It's rude to stare. Sorry. You see, Doppler, I haven't seen another person in some time, and I'm a bit confused. Oh, so I think you're trying to sniff out some answers, huh? Yeah, just it. And Mew want me to help you. I nod feverishly. His wordplay is grating, but the prospect of help gets me excited like a puppy. The catman gives me a toad smile. I see. Sure sucks to be Mew. Huh? You see, vault passenger, it's not really any of my business. Maybe I'm a devoted attendant, but I sure as hell ain't your friend. I'm just here to check for tickets and whatnot. Oh, but Mew got your ticket, right? I feel the urge to slam my suitcase over that smug fellow in the face. I wanted to say face, head, whatever. Instead, I exercise restraint and open it for the first time. Well, at least that I can remember. Luckily, the first thing I see is a shiny silver ticket. It's cold to touch and surprisingly wavy. I hope to find the name, but the only thing I can read are the words Jimmy 22, one way. The rest is foreign to me. Gee, passenger, you sure are taking your time. I'm just making sure it's alright. Well, passenger, it will be a silver color, which is like a shiny gray. And no larger than a few inches. Shush up, I know. I show the ticket at the smug beast, and he gives a proper hole punch. Oh, this seems perfectly fine. He lays it back after he takes an extensive look. I slip it quickly back into my suitcase. Say, Doppler, what would happen if I were to lose my ticket? What are you planning on? No, I just don't know how things work around here, that's all. Sure. His face stays just smiley, but his eyes feel like they're boring into me. Well, to put it lightly, you'd be in a world of hell. Well, Mew can't reach your stuff without the ticket, right? Yeah, right. I can't tell if she's joking or not. Either way, this guy really puts me off. I already spent way too much time here. A job is job, yep. Look after the ticket, Mew. And so the fiend peters away. When Shahin said that there would be cruel souls on this railway, he really meant it. Still, seeing another person eases my pain just a bit. Oh, the suitcase. That's right, I can really look it through. Hopefully I find something that jogs my memory. Silver ticket? Let's have another look at it. Oh yeah, the precious silver ticket. I better keep my eye on this. Just as I observed before, it's thin but wavy. I can read most of the characters engraved into it. Gemini 22nd, one way, number 999. What else is there to read? Oh, sorry. Huh, what's this? Rubbing my hand across it, a light silver dusting clings to the pads of my fingers. It's thin, like glitter of fur. Or fur dust. Oh my god, the glitter. Nightmare. I can't help but be amused by that. Specs. Won't you look at that? A pair of gold-rimmed specs. Well, it's not real gold, and the construction is a bit flimsy. From this, I suddenly lose. I had weak vision and even weaker bank account. Nothing else comes to mind. Postcard. Getting from Orpheus Bay. This. It sure tell me something. Except the postcard is completely blank. Apparently I was too busy to write anything yet. Gah, so frustrating. The front of the card has a pleasant photo of the ocean. Unfortunately, nothing specific comes to mind. Flowers. Once they must have been lovely. Now they are dead. When you pluck a flower, no matter what, it will end up wilting. I can imagine what or who they were once for. Rings. A pair of wedding rings. They felt impossibly heavy in my hands. These are made of real silver. How much did they cost me? I can't for the life of me remember. Silver is more expensive than gold, right? I think so. Even worse, I can't remember who they're for. A wave of misery washes over me. The reason I am on this train had to do with these rings. I can feel it. These were so important. But when I try to dig deeper, my throat begins to close up. That's enough for now. I latch the case shut again. Yet again, I didn't learn anything new. In fact, I feel almost worse than before I checked. Such frustration. I wish I knew just one small thing for certain. I was so lost in thought, I'd failed to notice that a small watery-eyed creature had snuck up on me. A rabbit of all things. They stand blankly staring with their red-rimmed eyes. Are lost? They simply keep staring. Is your mom here? Is something on my mask?
Sir, are you cheerful?
I mean, I admit my spirits aren't that high.
No, sir, cheerful. I seen you crying tears.
I see now. The shorty is asking if I was crying tears. If I was tearful. What a strange question. I don't think I could even if I wanted to. Not with this foggy face. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm just fine.
But sir, I heard tears. I think your heart was cheerful. I kept hearing tears, so I want to see you.
That's something I don't know how to respond to. Maybe my heart really was in tears.
Sir, I have you those, don't you?
Suddenly the child burst into powerful tears.
I'm so sorry, sir. I shot your soul with sadness.
It's quite alright.
No much with you here about tears. It's so emasculated.
I have no idea what I'm reading, to be honest, so... It's just mumbling, okay? I think you mean emasculating, dear?
Emasculating. I was naked in school. Sir, I am sorry.
Please calm down. It's alright. My heart was crying, alright? It was tearful. Finally, she hears me out. If she cried anymore, we'd have to swim through the cars.
But you're right, sir. It ain't emasculated to have a shop sometimes.
She pats my knee to comfort me. Thank you very much.
The name is Billy. You have my welcomes.
Billy, rabbit child. What a well-mannered kid, even if she's a bit eccentric. Nice to meet you, Billy. I'd love to give you my name, but I'm afraid I don't remember what it is.
You don't remember, sir? What a tragedium!
A terrible tragedium, certainly. So I'm trying to find something to make me remember.
Oh, I am looking for something to you, my precious thing.
Oh, well, what is it? I can't help but be infected with her sudden excitement. This will be at least a nice distraction.
It's rich precious spy. Because I have the pearls, you see.
Pearls? Like from the ocean?
Aye, pearls. And I got on the string here. And you didn't have the precious thing anymore.
Water works again. Billy, don't worry, we'll find it.
Oh, you will.
Absolutely, it has to be around someplace, right?
Sure. So brave.
I actually have no clue how I'm going to find those pearls, but no, she seems me as so brave. I have no choice but to deliver. Why don't we get looking for them? Many hands make light work.
Aye, sir. Your word below, sir.
I shoot up, suitcase in one hand and Billy's paw in the other, and away we go. Nice rock you are rocking there. I have no idea what we are doing.
Sure, are you? Are you doing rolls in there?
I have got myself tucked halfway under one of the tables of the dining cars there, yeah, out and up. Just as in the bar, there's nobody manning the place. That means we can search everywhere as we please. Except... I'm sorry, Billy. There is nothing but carpet under this thing.
Sir, no need for sorries. I can see you putting your whole soul into it.
I appreciate the appreciation, dear. More searching that leads to nothing. The furnishings of this place are woefully outdated and worn, with films of dust blanketing entire rooms. Furthermore, the construction is just confusing. Walking from one car to another in a linear fashion feels somehow labyrinthian with the repeating cars. And when they don't repeat, they seem to be out of order somehow. Say, Billy, if you had a bar and a dining car, wouldn't it make sense to put them together? If people were looking for a proper drink, they have a meal first and then head to the next car. Not if you're a Polish, you would steal the meal car. I wouldn't. I mean, it's dumb, okay, to drink on empty stomach, basically. I usually... Actually, what I found myself was the best situation. Junk food. If I eat junk food, I can drink more than if I eat, you know, not junk food. But then again, I don't drink much. Anyway. Placing them too far apart seems like a bad business decision. Where built this place must have been halfway silly. I pulled myself out from the table with a sigh.
If you were to have a drink, I'd want to walk off with super first.
Well, that's a peculiar line of logic indeed. I have no idea what he said.
Sure, you just don't understand. Dummish must keep a fuck.
Fig.
Keep a fig.
A fig? No reason why you couldn't keep one even if the bar was next car. Although I didn't see any fig stock in the cabinets here.
Sure, you acting silly. Fig. I've seen tall glasses of water. Too wet. The thing got gums jabbed at here.
Ah, figure. Hey, how did a little kid like you learn to speak so indecently?
Clever observation, sir. Too wet.
How I'd like to give her parents a talking to. Actually, they probably aren't here. Billy, are your parents on the train?
Nah, deep you of shiny most like it.
Even you don't know for sure.
Sure, I prefer them to be shining than joining me.
I shouldn't judge family matters like this. It's rude to intervene. But I can't help but be concerned. There's a clear ringing.
I hear it coming from the last car.
But we already went to that car. It was empty. Dread overtakes both of us.
My heart is increasing a notch.
No. Calm down, dear. I'm sure it's just an auditory hallucination.
Yes, an obligatory hallucination.
Of course, and we just coincidentally both had it at the same time.
Of course, we share it to be coincident. Sure, I am feeling for my soul.
It's fine. I do not know if it's actually fine, but it feels like the right thing to say. I'll go check things out. Can you stay here for me?
I will guard the humbus with my life, sir.
I salute the brave soldier. With bounding heart, I march valiantly to my doom. No, don't go thinking like that. That's too masochistic. I'll be fine. It will be fine. It will be fine. It will be. There's nobody here. Everything is as we left it. Even the dust settling on the empty seats lies undisturbed. I can tell if I'm half mad and doubly loony at this point. Nah, no, that was real. A sudden wave of chills comes over me as the car changes somehow. Hello? Can anybody hear me? I am answered in the most peculiar fashion. Huh. The car is no longer empty. Out of nowhere, they simply appeared, like phantoms. With some hesitation, I approached one of the figures. Excuse me, do you happen to... The person I'm speaking to is something like a translucent shadow, flickering like a candle in the gentle wind. They don't acknowledge me at all. Or at least, not in a way that I can recognize. Can you hear me? No response. I wave my hand as in saying hello, but they seem to be in another world entirely. They won't be able to talk for some time. Please understand. I don't know that polite voice anywhere. Oh.
You're just like this when you first enter the train. It's the way of things.
Well, that's a strange way to enter a train.
A strange way suitable for a strange train, isn't it?
That makes sense. In its own nonsensical way. Oh, that's just right. This kid knows more about this place than I do. So if anyone would have seen Billy's treasure, it would be him. Say, Shaheen, have you seen any, pearls?
Plenty.
That was easier than I thought. That's fantastic. Where do you find them?
I didn't find them myself. Rather, I traded for them when some merchants came to town. Apparently, it's a popular practice in southern regions. I suppose I did find a few myself, but they were of hardly any quality.
I should have known. Gah. Of course, it was too good to be true. That's what I get for not being specific.
Any reason for the question?
I'm actually looking for specific pearls. They're supposed to be on this train. A friend of mine, well, they are important to her, so I was hoping.
That's much clearer now. Pearls on this train.
We both dived into deep thought.
I apologize. I haven't seen anything like that here.
No need for apologies.
I'll try looking for them myself. Have you had any advancements on your memory yet?
Honestly, I was hoping he wouldn't bring that up again. Billy has been such a great distraction that I almost forgotten the pain in my chest. I feel all so disheartened. No, not yet. I searched at my case, just as you said, and nothing solid came to mind. It's like I'm playing games with myself. I can't seem to win.
That's troubling. I don't know how to help you in this case. But you have some time, so don't worry too much. It will come naturally.
Now I just feel like he's trying to make me feel better. How do I always end up being the child?
I know. I have a present that might help you.
He produced a set of silver inlaid cards from his pocket. They have dazzling amount of detail in their patterns. You want to play old maid?
Old maid, that's right. They're for fortune telling. It's a skill that helps when you don't know what to do.
I was about to say, I don't believe in that ridiculous stuff. Whilst I'm on a train in the middle of space, I withhold my statement.
Shaheen pushes a stack of cards to me. Go ahead, take one and no looking.
Might as well try it. Top, middle, or bottom? Okay, so I remember picking cards with questions, actually, on my thesis. The top card was the last question, which I didn't remember anything about. The bottom card was the first question. Then the next from the bottom was the second question. Yes, it was not mixed at all. Let's go with bottom card, because that might get us to the best outcome. Or something like that. Let's see. Without destroying the entire stack, I slip one from the bottom. It's the card of... Shaheen swipes the card away quickly.
I told you no look. It solves the fortune when you do.
Shaheen, what was the card just now? It was a Grim Reaper. It was, yeah. Please understand, you're not interpreting it correctly. It's quite scary looking, isn't it? But it simply means the end of things. For example, the end of your search.
Are bothering the other passengers?
Or the end of this conversation. I'll find you another time. And just like that, he ducks away. How does he move so fast?
What were you doing here, valued passenger?
I was enjoying the fine company of these good people. Isn't that right, Miss Lady? The shadow next to me does not respond.
I'd better not hear you causing any trouble from here on out. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank me, valued passenger.
And he finally leaves. I about fainted from fear. That cat has such an intense wave about him. He could learn some consideration from a certain somebody. Yeah, Billy! It would be best to tell her that there is nothing to worry about after all. Billy! Billy! This? Billy's in here. Neither is my suitcase! Billy, are we playing hide and seek? I check under. You didn't take it with you, what? I check under the tables, through the cabinets, and back under the tables again. I'm beginning to panic. Shirley's gone. Did she run off by herself? Is she okay?
And my suitcase, and my silver ticket.
The thing I'm supposed to protect no matter what. Where did the guy go wrong? Just when I feel like I'm about to lose it, I spot something at the center of the floor. A dark feeling climbs to my chest and says there, Shaheen, he told me. You'll find many a good soul on these tracks, but there are cruel ones as well. A black spot. It's a pool of soot. And it thinly trails all the way up the ceiling and into a crack in the wall. Hello, valued passenger. There are still 2 more chapters to the story. I'm sure you'd like to see them. Maybe I'm simply making assumptions. Unfinished things are the worst, so I always like to see how things end up. But hopefully you've enjoyed it until now. Please watch this game patiently for the next update. It was not finished. All sorts of crazy revelations of the highly emotional swords are bound to happen. How passionate, how spicy. Until then, keep your ticket safe. Farewell. Okay, I mean, I will keep my eye on each.io, of course. If there is something more, we'll get there. But for now, hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next game. Bye-bye.